and welcome to Maui Live, Maui's TV and radio show spotlighting Maui's incredible talent. Maui Live is taped live for television and radio each and every week at the Stepping Stone Playhouse in the Queen Ka'ahumanu Center. Maui Live features lots of great music and interviews with celebrities and local businesses. And Maui Live is the home of the Maui Live show band, Old, Maui's old-time rock and roll band. Maui Live is a production of Larry John Wright Hawaii and Silver Pixel Studios. And now, here's the host of Maui Live, TV and radio personality, Eric John Molina. It's time once again for Maui Live.
Hi, I'm Eric John Molina, and welcome to Maui Live, Maui's TV and radio show featuring some of Maui's incredible talent. And now, we have Angie Delight. So let's get on with the show.
This is Secret is Safe. Something's brewing deep inside of me, facing reality and my vulnerability, trying to accept, reaching out to get something that's calling for me, but I'm not a woman yet. No, I'm not a woman yet. You say you're hopeful in this new discovery, willing to change all that is needed in me, trying to accept, reaching out to get something that's calling for me, but I'm not a woman yet. No, I'm not a woman yet. You say you're and every way you will remain free. You say your secret is safe with me, and every way you will remain free. Your secret is safe with me.
Maui Live is underwritten by some of Maui's best businesses, like Latitudes, Furnishings for Life. Visit them online at latitudeshawaii.com.
Aloha, I'm Michael McCartney. Welcome to Maui Live. Our guest on the broadcast, singer-songwriter Angie Delight is joining us. Aloha.
Aloha.
How long have you been on Maui?
About 12 and a half years.
12 and a half years. Mm-hmm. And you actually ended up began writing at what age?
I started writing about 12 years old.
12 years old?
Mm-hmm.
12 seems to be our magic number so far.
Oh.
12 years ago. Your first album was 12 years ago, I believe?
Yes.
How long did it take you to put that first album together, though?
About 6 years of combination of all the different pieces that I've composed.
Now, when you were at 12 years old, what kind of music was influencing you? There's a certain feel to your music that I'm getting, but I'm thinking maybe you came from a completely different kind of perspective. Were you listening to a lot of pop radio, or was it classical music?
It was both, actually.
The best of both worlds.
Yes, my father was a drummer. He played with Styx a long time ago. I got to meet Davy Jones growing up, and Tiny Tim.
Oh, sweet.
And my grandmother, on my mom's side, was a saxophonist, which I play her saxophone. My bachelor's is
alto.
in alto.
Alto, all right. Me too. High five. Fellow band geeks right here on TV.
That's right. My grandmother, who is my father's mother, actually played ragtime piano.
Really?
Yes. So I started playing when I was 4 and started composing when I was 12.
So were you copying her, doing like Scott Joplin kind of material? Or?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mass fingering going across the keyboard.
Yes. I started learning with her when I was 4, and then I had a classical piano teacher at the age of 7, all the way to 17. And then my bachelor's was in piano performance and piano pedagogy. And my minor was saxophone and vocal performance. And then I was 20 years old when that happened. And then I was 22 when I got my master's in piano performance at Western Michigan University.
Wow, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
I mean, was there ever a time where you just, especially when you're dealing with all those years of classical training, like your head was going to explode, or you just dove into it with a lot of heart and soul from day one?
Exactly. I dove right into it. I can't stop.
We're going to take a listen right now to singer-songwriter Angie Delight right here on Maui Live.
This is for you. Don't love yourself. You run
Maui Live is underwritten by some of Maui's best businesses, like Maui Coffee Roasters, fresh roasted Hawaiian coffee. Visit them online at mauicoffeeroasters.com.
Aloha, welcome back to Maui Live. Our guest on the broadcast is singer-songwriter Angie Delight. You can check out her music online at angiedelight.com. Here's her first and second album. You've got a third album in the works, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What kind of time frame are we looking at? Later this year, next year?
Um,
What are you shooting for? I know there's not
next-
an actual deadline, but you must
I
be
don't
shooting
like
for something.
to rush any of my songs. I like to let them breathe and transform and metamorphosize.
Big word.
Yeah.
Now, with letting songs breathe, kind of the sense that I got in listening to your music, it seems rather introspective or almost self-confessional. Is that an actual picture that I'm getting, or are you completely making these up? The subject matter of your songs is pretty personal.
Very, very personal. This is my therapy.
Ah,
This
there
is-
you go.
It's also my.
So is it covered by medical insurance?
This is also my meditation. So therapy and meditation right here.
Do your neighbors appreciate your meditation?
They do actually.
That's cool. Now, do you play around the island?
Yes.
In live situations? Where do you play now?
Right now I perform at Kalama Heights. It's a retirement home in Kihei, and they love all the old standards. So they get up and dance and sing, and I love it.
Do you sneak in material from your albums as well, or you kind of stick to the standards
No,
for them?
they're very picky. So I do what pleases them. And I also play for weddings and private parties. I also play the piano for Alani United Methodist Church Choir, and also that church, the Sunday service, as well as the Grand Wailea church service. And I have about 20 piano students and 3 voice students. And then I also teach 11 fitness classes and at 4 different gyms, and I'm a personal trainer at 2 different gyms.
Well, you make me feel about big with what I do. How do you find time to work music into your busy schedule?
I have to. It's all about time management, and you should see my planner.
Yeah, where is that plan? Let's take a look at that. Well, you've got some more music for us coming up here on Maui Live, and I was just curious, is there something that you yourself would like to share with our audience about you, beyond all your study and what you do, that you would like to convey to our audience?
Oh, that's a good question. It's all in the music, really. I don't know, I can't really think of anything.
You heard her. It's all in the music.
It is.
Our guest, Angie Delight, right here on Maui Live.
Michael McCartney's wardrobe for Maui Live is furnished by him, a men's store featuring shirts, t-shirts, pants, shorts, and accessories. Located at 4310 Lower Hanoa-Pi'ilani Road in Kahana. Visit online at himmaui.com.
And now, once again, here's Angie Delight.
This is All Around. All around the other side of the world, longing chains me to you like it should. Gathering me into your soul. Distance means nothing when we are whole. I can feel you pulling me, pulling me into you. And
you've done to me. You're the aesthetic of my soul. All around the other side of the world, desire chains me to you like it would. Holding on to you and our memoirs, wrapping me in a blanket of stars. And I can't escape what you've done to me. You're the aesthetic of my soul. I can feel you pulling me, pulling you, pulling me into you. And I can't escape what you've done to me. You're the aesthetic of my soul.
Maui Live is underwritten by some of Maui's best businesses, like Mana'o Radio, 91.5 FM, and online at mana'oradio.com.
And now, here's a comedy break from Power Up Comedy.
Sonny Dennis here. I'm a stand-up comic, and I'm gonna be telling some jokes here. When you've been doing stand-up comedy as long as I have, you get really good at waiting tables. Like, the best at waiting tables. I work at Outback Steakhouse, and if anyone here has worked in a restaurant, you know as well as I do, the worst part about a restaurant is Canada. Nothing is worse than Canadians. They are just terrible people, you know what I mean? Had a Canadian table last night come in. I do the same joke at every Canadian table. You know, they're like, we're from Ontario. I'm like, oh, you must love maple syrup and hockey. Laugh it up, Canadians, you know? And the wife, she's like giggling, oh, that's so funny. Husband looks at me dead in the eye and goes, you know what? There's a lot more out there than just maple syrup and hockey. I'm like, oh. I didn't want to bring up Drake, Nickelback, and Justin Bieber, but if you want it, we can go there. You're what's wrong with America. What was that? Oh, yeah, so, I'm not the most intelligent person you're going to see in front of this camera tonight. I'm a college dropout. MCC! And, the reason for that, two things. Number one, I didn't know is in college they make you read. Like a lot. And reading is totally gay. That is something that should be done by ugly girls and people in prison. Other than that, I'm gonna stick to cereal boxes. Enjoy your book, pussy. Number two, you gotta pick a degree. And University of Hawaii doesn't offer a degree in ninja, so it's political BS. Ended up having to pick a degree in philosophy. It's a philosophy degree. You know what's great about having a philosophy degree? Nothing. You ever go to a philosophy class? It's like hanging out with a pothead. You get in there. It's like, hey man, existence. To exist, for me to be here, for you to be here. What does it mean to exist? I'm like, this guy doesn't take attendance. Unless you can prove that I'm not here, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. The only time it did help me was like a month after I dropped out. I got a call from my dad. He's like, you dropped out of college? I'm like, or did I? Philosophize! I love our country. I feel like we're the stupidest country on the planet, though, by far. The reason for that is the Snuggie exists. Somebody was at home, like, struggling to wear a blanket. You know, there's gotta be an easier way. There's the Snuggie. For when you already have no self-esteem, it's the Snuggie. The other one is the shake weight, you know. Doing that for an hour a day, 5 days a week got you ripped. I would look like Vin Diesel. The other one I don't like is the ShamWow. The dude on it is just so into it, you know. It cleans up water and milk and cat piss. So does the sponge in my sink, but you don't see me with a headset being a dick about it, do you? Bath salts. We're gonna get into it right now, because I'm sure a lot of the people out there know. We're gonna cut that last part. Let's cut that out. So bath salts, right? This is a train wreck right here. All right, so bath salts. That's a real problem in this country. It's sad that it's come to that. This is an issue that people are smoking bath salts. If you were to tell me that the only thing we as a human race have to do to avoid a zombie apocalypse is not smoke bath salts, and we are incapable of this, then screw it. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. That's Darwinism for you. All right. I'm going to close on one good one. How's that sound, guys? Does that sound good? Yeah. I feel bad for local women in Maui because they got to deal with local guys like me, and we set that bar real low. You know what I mean? You know it's bad when a bunch of girls hanging out in a room, one of them comes in, oh my goodness, I just met the most amazing guy ever. What's he like? Get this, he has a job. Oh my God, does he have one, brother? You guys have been amazing. I've been Sonny Dennis.
Maui Live is underwritten by some of Maui's best businesses, like Casanova, with 2 incredible restaurants in Makawao and Kahului. Visit them online at casanovamaui.com. Maui Academy of Performing Arts and the Stepping Stone Playhouse. Visit them online at mauiacademy.org. Mana'o Radio, 91.5 FM, and online at mana'oradio.com. Maui Coffee Roasters, fresh roasted Hawaiian coffee. Visit them online at mauicoffeeroasters.com. Michael McCartney's wardrobe for Maui Live is furnished by him, a men's store featuring shirts, t-shirts, pants, shorts, and accessories. Located at 4310 Lower Honoapi'ilani Road in Kahana. Visit online at himmaui.com.
Aloha, how you doing? I'm Michael McCartney. Welcome to Maui Live. Our guest in the studio, stand-up comic Sonny Dennis.
How's it going, man?
Welcome, man. You looking good? You got the hat off to the side.
You know, you gotta have it to the side.
Is that 88 or is that 94? I'm not really sure. Or is that 2007?
It's 2012 right now, man.
Oh, man.
I'm looking at the calendar.
I got to get my calendar over there.
You know that?
Now, how did you get started in comedy?
Me? Actually, the guy we just had on, Chino LaForge, the godfather, as we in the Maui comedy scene like to call him, was the one that kind of was like, hey, you're funny, I got a spot for you, do 3 minutes of comedy and see where that takes you.
Where did he find you that he said, hey, you're funny?
I was buying weed from him, and we were doing that.
Yeah, okay.
You know how that goes.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, he was like, I got a spot to do some stand-up, and entered a open mic contest with them, and ended up taking second place that night, got $20 in the pocket, and it's been a roller coaster since then.
Did you always want to do something funny, or was it just something that happened at the last minute?
I'm a total camera whore. I like attention. I like people to look at me and just pay attention to me. So when it was the opportunity to talk and get paid for my opinion and just have everyone look at me, I squealed at the idea.
Did you have any particular comics that you liked growing up?
Chris Rock, bar none. Chris Rock is my boy. Yeah.
He's sharp, right?
My snicker right there.
Now, when you put your material together, because you do a fairly long act, I've seen you before, you can go on for like 25 minutes, a half hour.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kind of riffing, or you've got a lot of stuff that you've written and prepared, and then just take it from there based on audience reaction?
There's so much nonsense behind this field that it's just all day writing down whatever comes into there, and some of it's funny,
some of it's not, and it's just getting on stage and testing that and whether or not. So a lot of it is kind of riffing, but a lot of it is more just finding where that funny is. And when it's funny, you write it down and keep repeating it until it stops being funny.
Now, you've got a presence online as well, right? You're part of the...
A little bit, yeah, on the Power Up comedy scene, yeah, definitely. We've got a spot on the page there for me. Some good pictures from my wonderful photographer, but can only go so far with that.
What do you think it is, especially in today's world, that makes comedy so important?
I don't know if you watch the news, but reality kind of sucks. Sometimes you just gotta laugh, you know, and even when it's not the best time to laugh, you still gotta laugh, because what else are you gonna do, you know what I mean?
This is true.
Yeah.
Now, for you, what do you have coming up in the next year or so? What do you plan on doing?
Well, I'm trying to get famous, and it's not really something you can line up and schedule appointments for. So I'm gonna keep doing interviews like this. I'm gonna show up wherever they will let me get in front of a camera, where they will let me get on stage in front of a microphone, and I'm just trying to make people laugh.
Well, I've seen you just have total control of a crowd, and they're just like
Thank
eating
you.
out of your hands. I remember I saw a couple times in Lahaina,
Oh, okay, right
in
on.
front of like, what, 1,000 people, 700-something people. And
Something like that. Let's say 1,000.
I mean, what goes through, I mean, can you see everybody when the spotlights are on you? It's just,
No, it's like the
So-
seconds before I hear my name, and it's like, okay, tune out, and I'm pulled back. It's almost like an out-of-body thing.
So
where
you're no
just-
different than anybody just rambling themselves in the car.
Oh, exactly. It's just all, a persona almost. You have to put on, slide into, and just embrace while you're on the stage. And once I get off, it's almost like a near-death experience. I kind of fall back into body, and it's all right, let's go get drunk, you know what I mean?
And that's all the time we have for Maui Live, Maui's TV and radio show. A big mahalo to Angie Delight, and we'll see you next week.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's Maui Live, Maui's TV and radio show spotlighting Maui's incredible talent. Maui Live is taped live for television and radio each and every week at the Stepping Stone Playhouse in the Queen Ka'ahumanu Center. Find out more at MauiLiveShow.com. Maui Live features lots of great music and interviews with celebrities and local businesses. And Maui Live is the home of the Maui Live show band, Old, Maui's old-time rock and roll band. Maui Live is a production of Larry John Wright Hawaii and Silver Pixel Studios. See you next week for Maui Live.